everybody. Welcome to our second episode of Leps Talk. If you're new here, this is where we pull the curtain back on all things Leprechaun baseball. If you're joining us again because you saw the first episode, I hope you liked the first episode. This one's going to be even better because we have Chris Faust here today. He will be coaching alongside DJ LeMahieu for the Leps this summer. Born and raised Metro Detroit, played at Brother Rice, went through college, went through Northwoods League, and now you're back in the Northwoods League with a different title. Before we jump into that, I want to ask you, where did baseball start for you? It's been a long journey, but where did it start?
Where did baseball start for me? So growing up in my family, my dad, he played through high school. I had my uncle, he lived with us growing up. He was only 7 years older than us. And I had my older brother who was a year and a half older. So probably when I was like 3 or 4, was going to all of my uncle's baseball games, like his Little League games, his travel games. We would be playing in the front yard. Me and my older brother hitting fly balls, ground balls, playing catch, just always playing. So my parents, they saw that we obviously love to play. Yeah. They got us in Birmingham Little League, just going through coach, pitch, minors, like association, all the different levels there. But yeah, no, everything stemmed just within the family. Baseball is a big sport, so everybody played it. My grandparents, they all played just top down. That was a Faust family main sport, right? We didn't really play anything else growing up besides, trying everything. We tried soccer, basketball, all those, but baseball through and through with our family. So yeah, started just as a little kid. You get to watch like Derek Jeter. He was my favorite player growing up. So you had all the good Yankees teams coming up. And just trying to imitate those guys.
Imitating. I've heard that from, Anthony Renato talks about that, just watching the guys on TV and then imitating their swing and everything. That's so funny to hear that, like, now we have all this high-tech stuff, especially at the complex and film and all kinds of stuff, but a lot of it started from watching players on TV.
Yep.
Moving to Brother Rice, we'll go through your baseball career kind of chronologically. I'll make it easy for you. Brother Rice, you're coached by Bob Riker, who you will be coaching alongside. He's a pitching coach for the Leps, correct? Yep. Talk to me about what it was like to play for somebody like that.
Man, so let's go back to when I first met him. So I started playing for Warrior baseball when I was 11. And he had kind of a role in it. Like he wasn't, like he never coached a team when I was there playing. But he was very involved with managing the Warrior program as a whole. And he would come out to a lot of our winter practices, so everybody kind of knew who he was. I didn't know how established Brother Rice was at the time and who Bob was and creating this program here. So that was all new to me when I started playing for the Warriors. But he looks like this old angry guy, right? I'm 11 years old. I'd played for my dad as my head coach and just a bunch of dads throughout the ranks up until that point. And then you're at a practice where you have Bob Riker, Brian Kalzinski, Joe Cal, and all these guys. Tommy Marks is in there, Doug Martin. And it's intimidating a little bit. It's a different type of baseball that you hadn't played before, coming from Little League, and then they're running these super high-level practices. So first impression was, all right, this guy, he knows a lot. I know that. He's very serious about the game, and he holds everybody to a high standard. So at practices, given we were 11, 12 years old, when they were out there, they would hold us accountable really well. So at that point, it was like, okay, now let me start thinking about high school, because I was probably 6th or 7th grade at that time.
Yeah.
And he obviously made himself a guy that you want to play for and continue to play for. So from there, my high school career was interesting. So I went to U of D Jesuit High School for my freshman year, and the school wasn't really a good fit for me there. It was a established family school. My grandparents, or my grandpa and all his brothers, they went there. So that was a big part in why he wanted to send us there. And my older brother, he was a year above me. So he was there and he really liked it. He fit in with a lot of people in his grade. I was kind of
not your cup of tea.
Yeah, not my cup of tea over there. So After my freshman year, decided to make the move to Brother Rice, and then from there, just being in this program, playing for all the guys that Riker's had around. I came in, I played JV as a sophomore, and then got called up right after the JV season ended and finished out the year with varsity.
Nice.
And that was another time where it was like, all right, this is intimidating, but you have Ron Kalzinski, Brian Kalzinski, and then Bob Riker. And these are probably like three of the most serious guys that you'll ever be around. And then you have them all on the same coaching staff. So it's like you show up to practice and you're not ready to go, you're running, right? Like they're just on point all the time, holding everybody to the highest standard. So with that, the way that they talked about the game always seemed to make sense to me. So we were kind of on the same level. I felt like I asked questions that allowed them to kind of grow me as a player in a way. So it seemed like we were just always on the same page with like the gameplay, the IQ stuff. I wasn't the most physical player, but I was all about being in the right place at the right time.
Yep.
And they saw that like throughout practices, games, and things like that. So yeah, we've had a really good relationship since then. So absolutely awesome opportunity to be able to coach with Bob through this past year. How he was with the Leps. He came in after the high school season ended last season, and then last year I was able to coach at Brother Rice with him. So like it's just been fantastic.
What do you think? I want to go into the Northwoods in a second, but I want to ask you what you think you've taken from playing under Riker to your coaching career. Even though you're alongside him, what do you think you took from being a player under him?
That's an interesting question.
It is.
So
I'm making you think fast.
Yeah, no. So with playing for him, it was he always stood on values, right? Values, having relationships with the guys, and just doing the right thing, and kind of like you could talk about like guys that are getting in, right? It's like, are they the right guys for the right time? And it seemed like he was always playing the right guys at the right time, pending talent, or like if it was a freshman coming up that deserved playing time over somebody older, he made that happen, right? If it's an upperclassman who was well deserved of the spot, he was starting, right? So he always just had like his set of values and would always try to do what he felt was right, and kind of understanding that more so as I get into coaching, how those decisions are really hard to make, and he made them look and continues to make them look very easy, given he's been coaching for 30 plus years, right? But yeah, so I think just as I've gotten into coaching, trying to stay true to certain values and just kind of building the relationships with that. You know, it's hard to kind of discipline a player, or I don't want to say punish, but like hold them accountable, right? And if you don't have anything to back it up with, then what? Then you lose that relationship with the kid, right? So you got to kind of stay true to who you are as a person, what you value personally, and then just obviously respect for the game. So having him kind of set that tone at a very young age for me, and it's kind of just like all coming together now, and I still don't know enough, but yeah, I think just kind of standing on what you think is right, you know?
Yep. Pivoting to, you are a part of an incredible staff, truly, but you have a unique experience that you played in the Northwoods League for the Pit Spitters. So talk to me a little bit about your experience in the Northwoods League.
Okay, so yeah, no, it was, I didn't know much about it before I got the spot there, right? So let's take it back. That's my sophomore year. I'm at Grand Valley. It's the fall. And my freshman year, I was super late to figure out about summer ball, like to get a place locked in to play. And thankfully, I got to play for the Leps, but we can come back to that.
Whoa, yeah, wait, I didn't, okay,
So
yeah, we'll come back.
We'll come back to that. But yeah, so I played for the Leps after my freshman year while they were in the Great Lakes League. And that was because I knew Sackett, right? Because Sackett, he was starting it up, and he had coached my dad in high school. I played for him after my senior year of high school. on his College Connect summer team. And then, just had that opportunity, but it was late, So next year, my sophomore year, I was like, all right, I need to find a spot early in the fall. So I called up Riker, and I said, hey, who do you know in college summer ball? Help me out. I know you sent a lot of players everywhere. You got to have some connections. And it's actually hilarious. So Tom LeMahieu, DJ LeMahieu's dad, so he was a big part of my senior year at Brother Rice. He was in the dugout for so many games. I had a good relationship with him. And DJ and Josh Rebant went to Brother Rice together. So they were teammates, good friends. I was talking to Tom. He got me in contact with Rebant. And then I don't even know how it made it work. Rebant didn't know anything other than I'm a Brother Rice guy. And I've got Bob Riker and Tom LeMahieu telling Rebant that I can play. He signs me to a full contract. Go back to my team at Grand Valley. They're like, how the heck did you get a contract in the Northwoods? And I'm like, dang, I don't know how big the Northwoods really is. I know it's really competitive summer ball, but I didn't know much about it at the time. And guys are like, man, you got a spot? This is like invite only. Like, I'm like, yeah, that's what's happening. So, crazy, just connections and just knowing people, right? Little did I know that I'm going to be on potentially two of the best Northwoods League's teams in history. So, that first year was absolutely nuts. We started out 12-13. And it was we were just kind of okay. We had guys from all over. We had nobody was really a big name player yet. It was just kind of guys that were very solid. Like we had a bunch of D1, D2, D3 players, and it's like everybody was so young that you didn't know based on their college seasons like how great these guys were. So we started out 12-13. Go on an 18-game winning streak right out of that, right? So Northwoods League, it's broken up first half and second half.
Yeah.
So the first half, it came down to the wire where we were 12-13. We're kind of out of the first half, clinching a playoff spot. Went out the rest of the first half on a 10-game heater, I think, making us 22-15 or 21-15, right? Or 13. And and then from there, it was like, man, well, we're on this heater. We just clinched our playoff spot. Let's just keep going. Like, anything we do, it's like we're going to win this game. Like, we were playing games where, like, we would put up 4 runs on 2 hits and then give up 3 runs on defense. And we just protected the baseball. And I'll get to this in a second, but, like, our pitchers, they were fantastic. So I think we had 16 shutouts throughout the year, and 18-game heater, and then we finished the season 52-20. So we set the record for most wins in a season, the longest win streak, most shutouts, and then cap it off with a walk-off winner in the championship against Eau Claire Express. Andrew Morrow hit that one.
That's crazy.
Yep. So I'm probably going to forget some names, but I got like Chad Patrick, if you know that name. He's with the Brewers right now. Yeah. So he was one of our starting pitchers. Andrew Hoffman, this guy never lost a game. And I believe he was with the Royals. I'm not sure where he's at right now, but he's been through the system. You had Evan Gates, who was like a veteran, right? So he was North Carolina A&T. He's been in the Giants system, right? And I remember College World Series 2019, Michigan versus Vandy. As soon as they wrap up, we get Riley Bertram and Joe Pace.
Oh my God.
They come in, we got the reinforcements, right? Then on the infield, you got Mario Camilletti. He's starting second baseman, face of the franchise, right? So it's like all these guys mixed in with like the best D2, D3 players, right? You had a Evan Mayday who was playing at Hope College, and he's batting like third, middle lineup for us, and he's going crazy, hitting 300. But we played the game, you know. And the best part about it was like we just felt like we couldn't lose, no matter what we did, you know. So we'd go through that, we win the championship that year, right? So that's 2019. The next year, we bring everybody back, right? It's lining up for the 2020 season. We get the text to like the roster preseason. It's like January.
No.
And you hear like, all right, we got everybody coming back. We got our all-star studded pitching staff. And then you got Spencer Schwellenbach is coming in. He's planning to come in, right? We got all these guys.
It's COVID year.
Where did he play? Schwellenbach.
In college?
Yeah.
Nebraska. So he was starting shortstop for Nebraska,
Dude.
and then he was their closer. But the funny thing, when he was playing for us, he didn't pitch. He didn't pitch at all. It's crazy.
So crazy.
Yeah, so we were lining it up. We're like, this is going to be the most unstoppable team based on last year with the new additions, the guys coming in. COVID happens.
Oh.
And then we make the pod league, where we were playing the beach bums, or not the beach bums, the resorters. And I forget what the other team was, actually, because they got COVID and then their team bounced right away. It was like the third day of the season. We've got 3 teams. So we ended up playing the resorters every night for that summer.
For a summer. Imagine playing the same team every night for an entire summer.
Uh-huh.
Was it a full season?
We got there in July. It was July 1st through August, and it seemed like the season just kept going.
Yeah,
right?
I would imagine
normally,
so.
like, the season would go till about August 14th, but it was like August 27th.
Oh.
And I'm like, I gotta get out of here. Like, I'm like, Coach, school starts Monday next week. It's Thursday. He's like, just one more game. Just play one more game.
The same
And I'm
team
like,
one more
I'm like,
time.
okay, I'll stay through Friday. You got me till Friday. And then Saturday comes. He's like, dude, I just need you for one more game. One more game.
My God.
I'm like, I absolutely can't at this point. So then ended up, I left, and then they finished out that season. But yeah, I thought it was just hilarious, right?
Yeah.
We have like this all-star studded staff. We got everybody. You got Adam Proctor, who was Michigan State's catcher,
Yeah.
which, like, for every pitching staff, you need a stud behind the dish. And that was Proctor. He stuck everything, and then he also had a cannon. Right on the money every time. So, like, shutting down everybody's run game, making the pitchers feel confident they throw the ball wherever. It's not getting by them. It's absolutely absurd. One more name. Kevin Hahn was on that 2019 team, and he's coaching at Oakland right now. Yeah, so he was our closer throughout that whole year, and he just absolutely ballistic. I think he threw like some 50 innings or so, because he was like a senior, and 50 innings and like sub-1 ERA. And he touched 90 miles an hour like one time. He was so excited, but he was just a change-up. He was just a change-up guy.
Fair.
And then followed up by Luke Little, who was the lefty throwing 105, right?
So you're talking to me about this star-studded team, but remember, go back, you didn't even realize what the Northwoods League was, and who was playing in it. So taking that experience and to, as we're rebranding the Leps and, really trying to change the way that we do things, how do you translate that message to the guys that come in, or even the fans? Like, hey, what we're doing here is really big, and people might not even know it.
Yeah, no, it's common, right? Like, I didn't even know, and I was going to play, right? But you're a part of these teams with very competitive ball players that want to keep playing. And obviously, if you're playing in the Northwoods League, you got 72 games in a summer. Like, you got to love the game, right? So it's no joke. You got to be able to show up every day. And with it is the guys that are playing here want to carry their career on past college baseball, right? Get picked up, go play as long as they can because love to play the game. So with that, it's super competitive, and you don't know where these guys are going to end up. That's the fun part. It's like you don't know how well a kid's going to develop through 3 or 4 years playing just super competitive summer ball, wood bat league, playing against very good competition all the way across, So, like anything can happen with that, and you never know who's going to be the next guy up.
Yeah.
And with that, we've had some Leps picked up, got some Leps in pro ball over the past few years.
And this year, I'm new here, but I'd beg to say that it's going to be a pretty a big season, specifically because of the unique opportunity that we have. DJ's coming on board.
Yep.
We've got a new weight room. The staff is incredible. There's a lot of changes that have been made to take the next step up. And you coming or playing for Traverse City, you've seen kind of the top of the league and like what it could be here.
Yep.
What are you most excited to see happen within this organization on the field, off the field this summer?
On the field, it seems like we're doing everything just how it should be. Like we have a great coaching staff, and we're constantly just keeping like a culture carried over where we're trying to just keep guys around, bring back guys that love to play, want to be here every day. Just culture is very hard in that summer ball world because teams, they change so much. So if we can keep like a certain core group of guys that can carry on what we're trying to do, then long-term successful, right? But yeah, as far as the community goes, like the Leps fans just year to year are fantastic. Like our host families that are taking care of our players, right? You have all these fans coming out to games and doing like the suites, and everybody's getting excited, and at our stadium, it's not the biggest stadium, but the fans are right on you, so right behind home plate, you got 15 feet till the backstop, and it can get loud back there, so it's just super fun to be a part of, and let's just keep all growing this thing together. But for the fans, it's like just start thinking about what this league is. Like these are going to be guys that are going to be playing down the road that who knows, you saw him playing at Memorial Park when your kid was like 10 years old and you just wanted to go to a baseball game.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing him in the big leagues. Like there's crazy stories like that,
We talked about that on episode 1 with Danny and Anthony of just like when you actually look at the guys who have come through the Northwoods League and where they are now, like people don't realize the opportunity to go watch, future major leaguers in your backyard, literally in Memorial Park. Like you were quite literally, I don't know about anywhere else in the league where you can get that close to the field. I mean, it feels very community driven. Which is something different than a lot of the other places. I just talked to one of our host families, Ashley Reynolds, and they said the one thing that they love, or one of the things that they love about this organization is the park. And I was like, really? I was like, tell me more. And it's because of that, the closeness to the team and to the, it's right there. Also, I do have to tell you, I got a video of you doing a cartwheel on the field.
Yeah. My boy Patrick. Yeah.
So if that's not a testament to how tight this community is, you've got the manager of the Leps cartwheeling on the field with one of our host family's children. I think that's on social media if you haven't seen it. We'll wrap this up because we've been going. I appreciate you hanging out here today. I guess last one for you. What's your favorite part of coaching these guys?
Favorite part of coaching these guys? I love just the opportunity to be out there every day, right? Like you can get so close with players when you spend every single day with them for a whole summer, right? So kind of building up the relationship and like just going through all the hard stuff together. That's some of my best friends that I ever made. We're going through the shit with them. Sorry if I can't swear.
No, you're good.
But like going through all the hardships together, right? And then you're spending all of your time traveling around the Midwest playing. You got 5-6 hour bus rides. You got to show up. You got to play that day. And I'm in a unique position where I was in their shoes 6 years ago, 5 years ago, right? So I feel like I can really connect with them on that end. And again, just guys that love to play, I'm always going to be there with you. It's like everybody's kind of cut from the same cloth in that matter, playing in this league and, just building the day by day, just going through all the stuff and just watching these guys grow. And now the fun part too, right now, is watching all of them play in the spring. Now that I know who I've had, right? I build these relationships, paying attention to everybody, killing it throughout the spring and taking everything that we saw in the summer back to their school, making the guys around them better, so it's like the baseball world can be so small and just you never know who might impact another guy with stuff that you were working on them with, is like it's very cool watching that all develop throughout the spring.
Bam. That's it. That wasn't too bad. right?
No, I could keep going.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. We might have to do a part 2. We're going to keep this up all throughout the season. You'll get to know the players, the staff, the interns, everybody involved in the Leps community. I'm Abby Alonso. Chris Faust, thank you for joining me today. If you're still watching, make sure you subscribe. We'll be back soon.